Hi everybody, I'm Everett Terry and welcome to this week's edition of Sports Rewind, where if you missed anything that happened in sports last week, we're going to bring it back for you. For the second time in 2 weeks, the Philadelphia Phillies are our top story, but not because of anything by Jonathan Papelbon. This time it's because of the highly touted prospect pitching debut of Aaron Nola. That's right, the touted sensation who was picked last year as the first round pick for the Philadelphia Phillies is going to make his major league debut tomorrow night against the Tampa Bay Devil Rays. The most polished pitcher coming out of the draft by a lot of scouts reports. People are excited to see what he's going to do. And with him coming up, what does this mean with the trade deadline just about 2 weeks away? Does this mean that Cole Hamels is going to be moved? Does this mean that Jonathan Papelbon is going to be moved? It's going to be interesting to see. But one thing that everybody is excited to see is what this kid's going to look like in a professional major league game. Congratulations to him on his move up, and we'll be paying close attention to how that game plays out. And now on to hoops, where Sam Hinkie this time is on the wrong side of things. After acquiring Nick Stauskas in a trade with the Sacramento Kings last week, and also drafting Jahlil Okafor, who so far looks good, this time it's about Joel Embiid, the number 3 overall center who was picked up by the 76ers a year or so ago and has yet to play an NBA minute, has another setback. But this time there seems to be a little more speculation about what that setback is. It was reported early on that he had to have a second surgery because the bone wasn't healing properly. Well, more recent reports show that it's actually a second break in the navicular bone, which is the bone that's connected between the ankle and the foot. If that's the case, it's going to be a huge setback for the 76ers, especially since it's considered that he will probably miss his second NBA season. And with that, it begs the question, why wasn't Sam Hinkie open and upfront about that, if in fact that is the case? As a fan, how do you feel about the fact that if that's what they're saying, does it make more sense that they drafted Okafor? There's going to be a lot of questions that are going to come up from this, so we're going to have to watch that closely to see how that all plays out. With the Flyers in the offseason, the other thing we're going to talk about is the Philadelphia Eagles. Not much really going on as we're still waiting for training camp to open up in about 2 weeks, but there is some news on Sam Bradford. It's also reported there that he's going to play out the final year of his contract instead of taking the negotiated offers that were initially on the table that the Eagles were trying to do to lock him up long term. Smart move for him by betting on himself, considering that he was the last first overall pick to get those massive deals before the new agreements were made with the NFLPA and the league itself. So if he plays well, it could work out to be a big deal for him. If he gets injured again, it might not. Either way, I think that it's a high risk, high reward. It's going to be interesting to see his numbers, his playing time, what his stats are going to look like, and how that all plays into the negotiating factor. Well, that's all the time we have for this week. I'm Everett Terry. Thank you so much for watching. Look forward to seeing you right back here next Tuesday on mynewphilly.com, where something's always new and everything is always Philly.